On today's JMO with Josh and Joe, we have, I'm going to get it right this time, free agency frenzy. Free agency frenzy. It's one of my favorite times of the year. I love NBA free agency. It's insane. It's insane. It's crazy.
We even brought a special guest this time.
Our friend Deuce. We have a very, very special guest. He's 12 years younger than us.
Yeah.
12 years younger. We got to keep saying that. That's got to be a point. And he knows way too much about the NBA. So it's perfect. He's like the 22-year-old Adrian Wojnarowski. It's great.
I probably put more time into Twitter than he has this week.
Yeah, that is true. We get into NBA free agency. We start off with the DeMar DeRozan deal. That's the most recent. We talk about the New Orleans Pelicans. All of the moves that our team has made. Some of us like them, some of us don't. Some of us like the coach, some of us don't like the coach. Actually, I don't think any of us like the coach. But we get into that. Then we talk a lot about the 76ers. 76ers made a bunch of moves. I think the Clippers and 76ers were just swapping picks or swapping guys.
Pretty much.
And that's kind of how the 76ers work. And now that I think about it,
and a few other teams.
Yeah, if you look at the Houston Rockets roster like 7 years ago, and then the 76ers roster.
Daryl Morey loves his guys.
And then we go on. We obviously talk about the Lakers a bit because we have the J.J. Redick hiring. LeBron James totally taking a pay cut. Definitely taking a pay cut. Obviously, Bronny. Then we go into just pretty much everything that happened since the NBA Finals till now is what we go through. I think there was a couple of things we glossed over, but yeah, there's a good piece on the 76ers, obviously. Did tune into that one. And CP3 to the Spurs. I think CP3 is finally given up, right?
CP0.
CP0.
Yep. NBA's exile.
Aw, poor guy. And then, the New York Knicks are no longer the New York Knicks. They are the Villanova. They're Villanova. And they're about to get a new coach.
Yeah.
So tune in for that.
All right. Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to JMO, Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, July 9th. And Joe, it's NBA free agency frenzy.
Words are hard. I'm just glad it's not coming from me this time.
Yeah, normally Joe's the one who stumbles. But to help us out, we have a very special guest. It's our friend Deuce. He's going to give us a little bit of a different perspective. He's what did we decide? 12 years younger?
12, yeah.
12 years younger than us. Okay, so we got a little bit of a different perspective on this.
We're trying to reach that Gen Z group right now.
Yeah, we haven't been able to do that very well.
Am I Gen Z?
I think so, yeah. Aren't you Gen Z? Well, when does Gen Z start? Isn't it?
I think it's around like 96.
96.
Born, it's 96 or later.
Born in like 2000 or something.
I don't know how the generations work.
Yeah. So
I'm the TikTok generation.
Well, there you go. Done. Gen Z. You're the, what's his, McClain or whatever his name
Jared
is?
McCain?
Jared McCain, yeah. You're the Jared McCains of
my
the
dog.
My dog. Anyways, all right, let's jump right into it because we got a lot of shit to talk about. I want to start with the most recent signing, I guess. DeMar DeRozan, 3 years, $73.7 million. The third year is partially guaranteed at $10 million. He's 34 years old. He's old. I think I kind of like it. I like the signing because it brings some like veteran leadership to a team that kind of needs some guidance. Why'd you make the face, Deuce? Got already starting with this shit.
Terrible fit. Terrible fucking fit. I mean, he's way better than Harrison Barnes. Yeah, and he can create his own shot. But when De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis are running their two-man game, what do you want DeMar DeRozan to do? Just sit there with a thumb up his ass? Like, he can't shoot threes. He needs the ball in his hand. You got ball-dominant Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. So it's just not a good fit.
He is a mid-range jumper, so I will say that. He did average 24 points last year.
He's just one of those guys that's he's not really a winning player in today's NBA. He's a good stats on a bad team kind of guy.
But they are
So
getting
like the Chicago Bulls.
the Chicago.
Exactly. That was the perfect fit for him to raise his value.
Yeah. So, but they are getting his daughter, and his daughter is a hell of a distraction. If you don't remember, if you remember, not last year, the year before.
Oh,
when she
the
was-
one where she just screams her ass off.
Yeah,
when they're at the
exactly.
free throw
Hell of a
line.
bench player.
Yes.
Hell of a bench player.
Hell of a bench player. So like that's also something you got to factor.
She
into
actually
that.
made me mute my TV one time.
Really? Well, I mean, it was stupid annoying. That's
It was
why,
pretty loud.
Yeah, that's why everybody.
It was the one. It was the one time I actually wish I could have heard the NBA commentators.
I like Mike Breen.
Yeah,
I like Mike Breen.
Okay, but when Doris Burke gets to
Yeah,
talking,
dude, she's so bad. She's so bad.
Doris Burke or DeMar DeRozan's daughter? Which one?
the gun in my mouth, I guess.
Yeah, but like, all right, on paper, De'Aaron Fox, Herter, DeRozan, Sabonis, and Alex Len.
Oh, don't forget about Murray.
And Murray. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you
but
got
I'm
Keegan
talking.
Murray.
I'm talking about the starters. Keegan Murray's going to be on the bench.
No,
because,
Keegan's gonna start.
Keegan
over
was-
who? Herter.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Over Herter.
definitely.
Okay. Well,
It's
Herter,
good- it's
Herter
good.
played more minutes
Wait,
last year.
no, hold on. It would be Fox, and then probably Herter,
Herter. Yeah. DeRozan.
DeMar, Murray, Sabonis, with Monk as your sixth man.
And so Alex Len would come off the bench.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Alex-
Sabonis,
Sabonis.
Sabonis starts at center.
He
At
plays.
center?
He plays 5.
Okay.
You-
But he's not a 5.
They're
I think
fully
he's
they're
a power
fully committing to the small ball. I
Yeah,
mean,
they-
this
they-
is their lineup. So
they're-
De'Aaron Fox 6'3", Malik Monk 6'3", DeMar DeRozan 6'6", Keegan Murray 6'8", and then Sabonis 6'10". I mean, basically, and then like Alex Len, yeah, I know he's 7 foot, but he's coming off the bench. Like they're gonna play small ball for like this entire year.
Think about when he was power forward next to Miles Turner. That shit did not work.
No.
He is a
No.
small ball 5. He's a good passer. He's just like a little Jokic.
So they're going to
Or
try
a
and
small Jokic.
A miniature Jokic.
They're that's good. So they're just going to try and like do what the Warriors did for a while.
Well, a little different, but
Yeah, I mean,
but the league is also going towards this smaller, like AD. He's we were talking about that earlier. It's like-
AD is not the. You were talking about the picture of him next to Kevin Durant.
Durant's like the same height as KD.
Yeah, that's wild to me. I thought I would have figured Anthony Davis is maybe like
but
2 inches taller.
Anthony Davis came in the league as a power forward because back then you wanted that big 7-foot center. Now everyone's okay with that 6'10", a little bit quicker, a little bit better of a shooter. And there's not really many 7-footers that are useful now except Jokic, Embiid, and Rudy.
Yeah, like the Chet Holmgrens are kind of like they're useful, but they're just so skinny, man. They're just.
And I agree. Like a lot of teams are having like fluid positions now. Like a lot of people play like multiple positions just because of the size and length that they can offer to like whatever defense or whatever offense that they're going against defensively. So I mean, you see like the Miami Heat of the world. Like I mean,
Yeah, Bam 6'9".
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
what position does each of those players play? I don't even know. Like, Jimmy Butler will play point guard. Sometimes he'll play small forward. He may even play power forward. Who knows? But, like, just a lot of those teams are doing that. Actually, 76ers kind of set themselves up a little bit because Nick Nurse, my apologies.
See, it's him with the words, not me. I fucked up at the beginning.
Nick Nurse does the same thing. He goes position fluid as well. So it's just kind of the way that, like you said, the NBA's kind of just going now.
We'll talk about the 76ers later because they had quite a few moves that they've made. But yeah, I think the Kings got better. Deuce thinks it's a bad fit.
The ceiling is higher.
I think
I think the ceiling is higher because that's what just happens when you add a more talented player. Yeah, your potential ceiling is higher, but it's whether it will actually work or not. And that's something that who's their coach now? I don't even remember.
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown. Yeah, I don't know.
Mike Brown, he's a good coach. I like Mike Brown.
No, he's an all right coach. But
You don't even remember his name.
then that's why he's all right. If I don't know your name, that means you're not a very good coach.
Okay, all right. Well, as we go through the teams, I'll ask you who the coach is, and then that's how I'll decide on who I bet
Okay.
and who I don't.
Oh,
What?
We can go to the next one. I'll tell you right now, that guy's a horrible fucking
Okay,
coach.
so we're gonna. We decided that since this is we're based in Louisiana, we're gonna go. We did DeMar DeRozan because that was the latest one, and now we're gonna go straight to all of the Pelicans moves. We're gonna start with DeJounte Murray, obviously the big move. The big move here. Do you know the name of the Pelicans coach?
Willie fucking Green.
Okay, well, since you know it, then it's kind of...
So he's an elite
because
coach.
He's an elite
I
coach.
curse
He's an
his
elite
name
coach.
every single night, every game in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left, dude. I think about calling Morris Bart. Hey, dude, you know any guys that will run this dude over after the game? I mean,
If you ever been down south, there's 95 of the billboards are Morris Bart. It's insane. I agree with you.
he's a really great guy.
No,
Great guy.
He's a player's coach.
Yeah, he's player's coach, but man, can he not make adjustments to save his life?
I'm hoping...
The fourth quarter collapses are
Yes.
it's heartbreaking.
Yes.
And-
And I'm hoping DeJounte Murray will be a guy that can help in the fourth quarter because every single video that I've watched, after we got him, I was like,
He's a great closer.
Yeah.
Great closer. He was
I
huge
love-
for Atlanta with 4-game winners last year.
Yeah. I love going through player film after we get a guy. It's one of my favorite things to do because I'm just seeing all these highlights and I'm like, that guy's on my team now.
Oh yeah,
And
you got to go through the highlight reel on
Oh,
YouTube every single time
it's
when you get in a
just-
player.
it's sports porn.
Yeah.
That's what we
Yeah,
jack off
that's
to.
what the Lakers did last year with Jackson Hayes. They just watched his highlights just so they had hope, and then
Yeah.
after 10 games, they're like, God, this guy sucks. But as a fan, that's what you want to do. You want to watch the highlights and be like, God, we just got a star.
Yeah, exactly. And you get you get pumped. That's the beauty of sports. That's why a 34-year-old can be friends with a 22-year-old and get along. But sports just brings
Watching grown men throw something in a hoop.
Yeah, that's little. Well, these guys are technically your age. Most we just got through talking about it. Zion's 24 years old.
Oh yeah.
That's insane.
Oh.
He's a grown ass man in a 24-year-old.
The draft that just happened, half of I would say 80% of that draft class is younger than me, and I'm still in college.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
Well, all right. If you looked at that draft class on the stage, they looked like they were 18. They really did.
And they had zero aura, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. That's we'll get to that. I don't know what that means. I don't think anybody knows what that means.
No, that's a Gen Z term. That's a Gen Z term.
It literally means charisma or charismatic. It's so stupid that they replaced a great word as in charisma that makes you sound really smart saying with aura.
With aura,
They just dumbed down the word.
Yeah, but wasn't charisma shortened for Rizz?
no, Rizz is
Rizz is a smooth talker.
Yeah.
Jay Walker.
Okay, that's yeah. So Rizz,
Yeah, but I thought that was short for charisma, which is the exact same
Oh
definition.
shit! I didn't even notice that.
Did you not know that?
Charisma.
Yeah.
Words are hard.
Look at the
Oh gosh.
I learned that when Baby Gronk rizzed up Livy Dunn, and I had no idea what the fuck any of those words meant.
Oh, those brain rot videos, I love those.
Oh, they're great.
Oh man.
Anyways, all right, back to basketball. So Atlanta gets 2 first-rounders, a 2025 selection via the Lakers, and a 2027 selection via either the Bucks or the Pels, whichever is the least favorable. And then they sent Larry Nance Jr., E.J. Liddell, and Dyson Daniels. I didn't like losing Dyson Daniels. I didn't like losing Larry Nance Jr. I didn't know we had a guy named E.J. Liddell. So
He was in Zion's draft class. He was been injured for 2 years.
Okay.
He's been on the G League. He was just salary. And then they added in Cody Zeller as well.
Yes, they added in Cody Zeller.
Yeah.
It's worth it to me. It now that I've watched the DeJounte Murray highlights and I've kind of thought about it, the dust has settled. Because when I saw we got rid of Larry Nance Jr., that was the first thing that popped up.
He's a fan favorite, but he really wasn't a needle mover.
Dude,
Great
he kinda
personality,
was. He
great
kinda-
leader, and also, I mean, it kind of saves Willie Green from himself by getting rid of Larry Nance, which is great.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, Larry Nance was getting 30 minutes a game because Willie just was obsessed with him.
Coaches do have player crushes.
Najee Marshall.
Yeah.
For some reason. I
Yeah.
mean, he was getting almost more minutes than Trey Murphy, and that's because Willie loved him that much, but clearly was not that effective.
Right.
I guess it was hustle guys, which are great practice guys, and that's the people that the coaches love.
Oh, yeah.
They love those hustle
Especially
guys.
Willie.
the
Willie
play-
loves a hustle guy with a great attitude and a great person for the city. Loves those great people. Do they help you win games? No.
They'll pump the coach up during practice. I think DeJounte Murray is going to be a great fit. I think it's going to be perfect. Obviously I can't look at one thing I do like to do when we get a new player is look at the starting five. like how he fits into the starting five. I'm not doing that just yet because we obviously have more moves to make. We can't like.
I don't know if we do have more moves to make.
We have to though. Like I mean, well obviously we don't have to, but like we kind of do.
I think we've got the luxury of either making moves to benefit us, or we can stay still and still be good.
I think, especially with that press conference yesterday, with how much they talked about BI, I think we're going to keep him. Hopefully, we'll get him for a little cheaper, like 42 instead of the 52.
Is he? Nice, is he? So is he? He's a free agent, right?
Nope.
He's
Next
on the
year.
last year of his contract. Yes. That's right. Because it would be preferable to sell him now.
Exactly.
But whenever Zion was out and like we were just kind of playing with whatever we had, BI I thought played well, and I mean he didn't play well. He played okay. The best part was when they were all on the court, right?
Yeah, you brought it up to me the other day, and we were like that 4 seed when both of them were healthy and could play together. I mean, it works. It's a bit, but how well would it work in the second round of the playoffs? What's the ceiling of a BI Zion as your two best player combo? That's what it comes down to.
When you got like players like Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. Now DeJounte Murray, but like and then Alvarado coming off the bench for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I love Jose. He could be a serviceable backup point guard, but he's really a utility guy. Like when you get to the playoffs, you can't depend on him. But if you need that hustle guy in for 2 minutes to be a spark, great guy to have, especially on the cheap contract that he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like CJ McCollum. The way he played the last couple of months of the season last year, it left a bad taste in my mouth. And like he's 32. He's only getting older.
I think he's a great fit next to DeJounte. So I'm okay with giving him one more year, and then come the trade deadline, he's got a good tradable contract too. So like come trade deadline, maybe you could do CJ and 2 firsts to get like Nick Claxton to be your center.
Nick Claxton?
Yeah.
He's nasty. He'll get you like 5 blocks a game.
Yeah, it's Claxton, not Claxton.
Yeah, it's Nick Claxton.
Yeah.
So what would be the starting 5 as of now? Because I love seeing. I need a starting 5.
I personally do not care about the starting 5. I care about what the 5 we're closing with.
Okay,
I want to know closing 5.
What's our starting 5?
Starting 5, in my opinion, is probably Murray, probably McCollum, probably Herb Jones, probably BI, and then probably
Zion's your 5,
and then probably Zion. You're going to probably roll with the small.
I
small
think that's what you close with. That works when you're closing.
Okay.
Because I mean, you're gonna have Zion go out there and do the tip when that's just you would never see that. You're definitely starting with a traditional center.
You would have BI do the tip.
Well, we're never gonna win a tip.
That's the whole point of a small lineup.
I mean,
we'll win a tip off against the Kings.
I mean, BI's a lanky guy.
BI is so lanky.
No, we're gonna start as of right now. We would start Tice. We would start Tice right now.
That's a good segue. So we
signed Joe. Joe, was it Tice or Tice?
Daniel
or Daniel Tice.
I want to say it's Tice.
What is it, Joe?
You're asking me for pronunciation?
That's true. All right, we'll call it Tice.
I'm almost positive it's Tice.
I'll go on the internet, but I mean,
we signed Daniel Tice for 1 year. What was it, like $11 million or something?
Oh, I thought it was way cheaper than that. I didn't see the official contract. I figured it was around minimum.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Y'all saw that Oklahoma State running back got a DUI, and then Mike Gundy, when he was asked like if he's ever drank after 2 or 3 or 4 beers, he said, "Yeah, about 1,000 times." Yeah, good old Coach Mike Gundy.
Anyways, So 1 year, it's
not. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
I'm all over Pelicans Twitter. I see a lot of things about, dude, just go ahead, trade a first for Walker Kessler. It's Danny Ainge that you're dealing with. You're going to have to give up 2 firsts and like Jose or Hawkins, like knowing Danny Ainge.
No,
he's not.
Don't give up Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the Pelicans are, if they're not signing another center, then that's our center is Tice and Misi. Yeah. But the thing is, both of them together are probably going to get 20 minutes because you got to think. You got B.I., Zion, DeJounte, all going to need 30 minutes. CJ's going to be around 30. Then you got
No,
Herb.
CJ's not going to be around 30.
Well, then you also got Herb and Trey, who are about 25.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's 6 guys right there commanding a heavy amount of minutes. You want to give Hawkins his minutes. Jose's going to need his 15 minutes. So,
Jose's
really,
going to get 10.
So, really, you're going to be doing a lot of small ball. Like, I think Herb is going to be doing a lot of 5, which I don't mind at all. Herb can bang in the paint, and he's got the hustle to do it. So,
dude, I like Deuce because he's a great pick and roll guy.
Yeah, he's going to be a great pick and roll.
If you watched him at Boston, he was perfect. He knew he knew how to either he would set the screen and then roll and either be open, or he would chase it down to the hoop and help be like a 2-on-1 guy.
Yeah, and another reason he's great is because he doesn't want to take a shot. He doesn't care about shooting the ball. He's out there hustling, switching on offense and defense. Like he just helps fluidity. Yeah, he just helps with fluidity. Basically.
Words are hard. Yes, I love it. But
just imagine him out there with Jose on the in the backup squad, just doing pick and rolls against their backup squad.
Well, at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because he's probably. I mean, he could come in and start. I would prefer if we had somebody else that we picked up that he didn't have to start and he would come off the bench. I think that would be a better role for him. But he's still a great ball player. But just imagine him with pick and rolls with Jose and then Trey
Zion.
or Zion. Yeah, exactly.
DeJounte's really good in the pick and roll.
The reason why this is a big deal is because Giannis Valanciunas signed a 3-year deal with the Wizards.
Good riddance.
Yeah.
Great guy. Again,
Yeah,
great
I
guy,
was
but the
about to
fit
say.
was terrible.
I liked him a lot. He looked like if Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey fucked.
Yeah.
You know? It looked, I don't know.
His fit was terrible though. He's and his fit just doesn't really fit in the NBA today. No one there's not many
True big men center
post scoring. And oh my god, if I had to watch one more season of him flailing, every rebound he could touch,
dude, he was bad at rebounding. You should not be 7 foot and be bad at rebounding,
dude,
or 6'11", whatever.
You should not be 280 and be flopping when you get hit by a point guard trying to get a rebound and scream. It was ridiculous.
This ain't soccer. You know?
It was like watching a soccer player. I guess because he's from I want to say Lithuania or someone one of those European countries.
It's a soccer country.
Yeah.
Soccer country. Gotcha.
Big soccer country.
So maybe he learned it playing soccer as a kid, but he was. And if you're getting the calls, great. But when you're not getting the calls, man up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man the fuck up.
LeBron can do it and get away with it because he's the best player in the world, and the refs are going to give it to him. A guy like Jonas, you aren't getting the calls.
Also, LeBron James isn't missing layups in little,
No, his little drop in the hoop, basically.
Yeah. Even the banks. His banks from 2 feet away.
Yeah, as a post scorer, he sucked at the post too.
Exactly.
His drop roll and hook was terrible.
Yeah. I'm kind of good riddance. I liked him. He was a good guy.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with New Orleans fans. Is we love good guys and good culture, but at the end of the day, Saints kind of had this problem for years too. At the end of the day, if you want to win, you're gonna need some dogs that are assholes out there.
Yeah, look. You can ask Joe. I've been on the we need to figure out a way to get rid of Willie Green train for a long time. It's been like a year and a half. Right.
I wouldn't, and honestly, I would not mind if Borrego and Willie Green just agreed to switch.
Yeah.
Let Willie be the assistant coach and let James be the head coach, or at least let James run the offense.
At least the offense in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the fourth quarter. Oh my God, yeah, dude, I want Willie Green in the top of the Smoothie King Center watching during the fourth quarter.
He should be nowhere near the basketball.
He should be tied up in the rafters. Hanging down like one of those little flags.
All right, we can't get a rebound? All right, let's go ahead and put in Larry Nance.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Right. How long do you think Willie Green cried after Larry Nance left?
Oh, I think he cried for hours after Najee left.
Was he in the bathroom in front of the mirror?
Oh, I mean, in a ball like a little baby crying, knowing that he can never play Najee Marshall again.
In the shower? He was probably balled up in the shower, huh? Crying.
Maybe on the toilet, head down. I don't know. But he was definitely crying when Najee left because, man, for some reason, he loved Najee Marshall.
Whatever, dude.
Did David Griffin play parent role where he saw like a kid just being obsessed with his video game and was like, you know what, I got to take this away from you, and that's
I hope
he started crying like a little kid.
I really hope so. David Griffin needs to learn that he has to save Willie from himself sometimes.
He's got to be the stern parent. It's tough love. You know what I'm saying?
It's tough love.
You can't just give the kid everything he wants every time. It's just not going to work.
Oh.
He's going to be spoiled.
I will say, I think, look, Willie Green gets a lot of the blame, and granted, he deserves it. The one person that does not get enough blame that absolutely deserves it is Gail Benson.
Yeah,
she needs to sell the damn team.
Okay, we've been that's been kind of like. I think people have been campaigning for that for a while, right? Like, sell the team.
I mean, is she the richest person? She's got to be like the richest person in Louisiana, huh?
She's up there.
She married being a complete gold digger in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't see her relinquishing the Saints or the Pelicans.
But she sucks at it.
She sucks.
Why
I'm not
not?
saying that.
If she's a true gold digger, she would sell everything and get the money.
Or you know what? I know her and the kids, and they had all that go on when Tom died. But maybe one of the kids will run it better. I'm sure they got a smart kid from Tom Benson.
Well, and I don't want to sound bad or anything, but I mean, she's pretty old, right?
She's healthy, but she's old.
She's healthy. Okay, well, good.
But yeah, she just doesn't.
I was gonna She
doesn't seem like she
tread
just
lightly
cares.
there.
She doesn't care about winning. That's the
okay.
problem.
That I agree. I think
look at the Warriors when they were winning, dude. Bob Myers convinced the owners. I don't even know who their owner is, but I mean they were paying millions of dollars of luxury tax, and I mean they were exceeding it so much, but they didn't care. They were winning.
Right.
Gail will never do that.
Nope.
Gail would see if Gail's like, all right, we made it to the second round, okay with me.
There are some teams that won't do that. Right now, I think the Chicago Bulls are going through that, where they won't spend money for any players.
Yeah, there's just some owners where they don't care about winning. As long as they keep you interested enough, that's fine.
Just enough, yeah. You make it to the playing game or whatever.
Or some programs that will literally kill themselves just for the sake of winning, like the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
They literally are in the luxury tax, and they're like, yeah, we're going to have to sell this program. We have to sell ownership now because we're not going to be able to afford this.
They can't afford it. Yeah, they literally can't afford it.
But we're going to die on this sword, and we're going to be at a dynasty.
What better time to sell a franchise than
right after
you won a championship, right?
Yeah. And you just signed all of your players to long-term deals. All your core players, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they are all signed for big-time deals.
And then you got taps until 26, and then I think that's when ownership's new ownership's gonna take over. And if they want to spend the money, they'll spend the money on taps.
Yeah.
And good, what's good for the owners now too. Al Horford's going to be back for at least 1 or 2 more years.
He's got 1 year left on his contract. I really thought he would ride off into the sunset.
I thought he would too, but I think they might be able to repeat.
Yeah.
All right, back to New Orleans. I
knew this was going to happen.
We'll digress.
Dude, we do it every Monday.
Yeah, I know. Joe, what are we at right now? What time?
We're at 25.
25. Oh. All right, cool. We got through the first
2 points in my notes, and we have 20 more. All right.
Well,
cool.
we knew the Pelicans was going to be a big
that was
going to
be the big one. All right, so
I have a lot of gripe with the Pelicans as a longtime fan.
I'll give so far. I'm going to give the Pelicans an A+.
I like the moves they made. It's just it'll depend on what happens before this, from now to the start of the season.
Even if nothing happens, I'm okay with it. I was a big trade BI. You got to trade BI. We got DeJounte Murray without trading BI, which is awesome. So, you know what? I mean, like I said about DeMar DeRozan, the fit might not be perfect, but the fact that you have that much talent, that raises your possible ceiling super high. So, I'm really interested how you're going to have, tell either Herb or CJ, hey, one of you got to come off the bench. And then you still have Trey sitting on the bench. So it's going to be interesting how that works out. I think what really decides it is what we do at the trade deadline.
Yeah. I'm just picturing Willie Green playing his video game with all of these freaking guys, and he's just so fucking happy.
Oh, he's got his 2K at home trying to figure out how to get. I'm trying to think about who his new Najee Marshall is going to be. Probably Jose. He's probably trying to find a way to give Jose 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The video games that David Griffin didn't take away from him.
Right, yeah. He had them stashed. He hid some.
I really think that is how Willie Green makes his lineup is he'll just put the roster on 2K and let the 2K bot do it. And
Yeah.
he's like, all right, well, this is what 2K says. Let's do it.
This is what 2K says. And like Larry Nance Jr. actually, he had like 30 points for him in one game that he played, and that's how he.
Najee Marshall had 4 steals one
yeah,
game. He's
exactly.
like, oh,
He's
Najee
like,
Marshall's
this is my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Willie Green goes to his friend's house where Griffin is not, and that's when he plays.
Okay.
He sneaks it that way.
I will say from the Atlanta side too, though, I love Dyson Daniels next to Trae Young. I mean, that is a match made
That's a
in
good point.
heaven. And I before we made any trade, I'm like, dude, if we trade Dyson Daniels for anyone but Donovan Mitchell, I'm gonna be pissed. But then when I realized, I'm like, well,
Wait, hold on, back up. What did you say?
I was gonna be pissed if we traded Dyson for
anyone
anyone but not DeJounte.
Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, like I would have been pissed if we traded Dyson for Trae Young. And now that we got DeJounte,
That is a wild thing to
Oh,
Joe,
I think Dyson Daniels is awesome.
Joe,
I think his ceiling is so
Joe,
high.
What do you think about that?
Trading Dyson Daniels for Donovan Mitchell?
No, like he was going to be mad if we didn't trade Dyson Daniels for anyone but Donovan Mitchell. Or if we traded Dyson Daniels for anyone but
Dyson's
Donovan.
ceiling is so high. He is so good.
Well, look, I have to agree on the account of his mom. Like, I really hated losing her. She was a big time asset on the court. But
She is a dime.
But I do agree. Like he does have a good high ceiling. He was really actually getting his shot, which honestly was the weak part of his game.
Yeah, once he started getting his confidence back again, he started shooting really well.
Really well. And he's a great facilitator on the court.
Oh, he was perfect next to Zion. He's a great fit next to Zion.
Exactly.
But he kind of brings the same thing DeJounte does. So.
Yeah, it hurt to lose him, but I don't know. I mean, we get a similar player, a guy with length, a guy that can facilitate the floor in DeJounte Murray. So, I don't mind it as much.
Yeah, I talked myself into it. Like after I realized, I'm like, well, Dyson's kind of a wash if you have DeJounte.
Yeah.
You were basically hoping Dyson would turn into a DeJounte, maybe a little bit better because of.
Yeah.
But I mean, 6'6", great defender. I mean, he put Luka and LeBron in shambles as a rookie, which is incredible.
That is true.
Yeah. And then with like I said, right next to Trae Young, that is a perfect spot for him.
Yeah.
He's gonna flourish.
All right, let's get to the rest of this stuff. So, I got a couple of them that we're just gonna I'm gonna fire them off. You give me your quick opinion on it, and then we move on. Okay. First one is Dario Saric, 2-year, $10.6 million contract signed with the Nuggets. Joe.
Great pickup. I mean, he's going to back up Jokic. I mean, you can't complain with that.
Right next to Deron Holmes too. That's a great fit because Deron Holmes is basically another Aaron Gordon. You got Saric who can stretch the floor. You can have Saric play the 4, or he's just like a good bench player to have next to Jokic or behind Jokic. He's a plug-in. He's just a plug guy. You can put him anywhere. He's good to go. He's gonna get you his shots up. He's gonna get you your boards.
It's the Nuggets, who are already scary, got scarier. That's kind of what I got from that. They added depth, and it's like you every piece they put out there now is just like obviously they lost KCP.
Hurts a lot.
That hurts. But you just look at the roster, and it's like every piece that they put in is just like you can't slack on any of them.
Well, when you have a guy like Jokic, dude, you could put anyone next to him, and I mean, they're gonna do good because Jokic is gonna find him wide open.
Well, he's a facilitator. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting triple team, and he won't even see someone behind him and just flick it behind him, and the next thing you know, Christian Braun's open for 3, and
Yep.
which also I love Christian Braun, so I don't think KCP hurts that much.
Caleb Martin, 4-year deal worth $32 million, all guaranteed to the 76ers.
Joe.
Yeah, like I said earlier about the 76ers and the way Nick Nurse likes to play his team, he likes to play in really fluid positions. So between him, PG, Paul George, and Kelly Oubre, I mean, basically you can kind of rotate those guys between the different setups, different lineups, depending on which team you play. I thought it was a good play. I thought it was a good pickup, and I thought it was kind of an underpay as far as like a contract goes. I didn't think that was actually too bad.
The Heat offered him more money and declined it.
Yeah.
So he wanted out.
I think he wanted out, and I think maybe going to Philly was a fuck you. I don't know.
And this was after obviously the Kelly Oubre Paul George, Tyrese Maxey. So he knew that and they got rid of. All right,
They got rid of Tobias.
Let's talk about the 76ers because there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, they had a very busy offseason.
Yeah, so they re-signed Kelly Oubre. They got rid of Nick Batum. Dude, all right, so the Clippers in 76ers were swapping players there for a while, right?
Oh,
that's all they did.
They're just moving wings around. Like they always just have because Morris was that way, Batum was that way, and what was the big trade that sent Harden? It was Harden that sent all those wings over there,
right?
And then Batum went right back to the Clippers.
So okay, the biggest news: Paul George, 4-year, $212 million max contract. Dude, he's 34 years old. What the fuck are the 76ers doing? Like, I know he had a
overpaid.
Thank you. I don't know what the fuck the 76ers are doing here. He had a good year last year, but he's injury prone. It wasn't a great year.
Between him and Embiid, they have one knee between the two of them.
That was good.
Well done.
That's what I was talking to my brother about it. And basically raises their ceiling a lot. PG is a great player. I love PG. I love Pacers PG. I loved him with the Thunder. But
Pacers PG was the best PG.
Oh, I love Pacers PG.
Pacers PG was awesome.
Crap! I forgot where I was going with the point.
Anyways, but no, like if the Paul George does add value, obviously. They extended Tyrese Maxey. That contract is that's fitting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a 5-year, $204 million extension.
The rookie max extension. He was always going to get it.
It was yes, exactly. Wait, was that the fourth guy that we were talking about earlier off air? Might have been the fourth guy? We were talking about.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, he was part of that rookie.
Yeah.
Or it might have been Quickly. I don't know.
Emmanuel Quickly. Anyways, then they re-signed Kelly Oubre, 2 years, $16.3
got rid of the bum Tobias Harris.
Okay, that getting rid of that contract was
huge.
The entire city of Philadelphia breathed a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's making $20 million now with Detroit.
No, well, it's 2 year, $52 million.
Oh yeah,
to Pistons,
26 mil. But still, I don't know. I feel like he's still robbing the NBA at this
Oh
point.
yeah, no, he's been robbing the NBA. I think I saw the grand total he's made in the NBA, and it is ridiculous for a player of his caliber.
Yeah, not won anything.
Yeah,
not even interested in winning anything. He's going to the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah. Oh, he's just chasing a bag.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious. And they were trying to spin it on ESPN. I heard they were like, yeah, he's going to bring veteran leadership into the young Detroit Pistons team. Nah, they literally just fired their coach. They picked up JB Bickerstaff, who I think is a good coach. I like JB Bickerstaff.
Oh my God, if we're talking robbing the NBA, Monty Williams, congratulations, brother. I mean, hell of a play by him and his agent. What was it? 5-year, $100 million, made it one season, and they paid him off.
Yeah, no.
Right after getting paid off by the Suns.
Yeah, exactly. Made $86 million for doing nothing.
Yeah,
it's incredible. Yeah, no, you got to respect it. It's almost like let's see, Tobias is he reminds me of a little bit of Kirk Cousins in the NFL.
Ooh, I can see that.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
think Kurt's a little bit better.
Kurt, I don't know. I mean, they haven't won anything, and it's not like they've put together very, very, very impressive years. They each might have had one good year, I think,
and then got the bag after that.
He kept getting the bag. He just kept doing enough to get the bag.
And I saw a lot of people comparing PG to Tobias Harris. The fact that they made their name with Clippers, Tobias made his name with the Clippers. PG had a really good year with the Clippers, and then now Philly's paying them the bag. And it's PG, dude. He's going to get hurt by game 30, and it's going to be a wash, and everyone's going to hate him. And that was the point that I was going to make earlier that I remembered is Philly fans are like, dude, we have the best starting lineup. I was like, well, by game 20, half your starting lineup's going to be out. I mean,
yeah. Joel Embiid's going to, again, he's playing on half of a knee.
Paul George has 0 knees at this
point. Like you said, between both of them, that's perfect. Between both of them, they have 1 knee, so they're going to be gone. Tyrese Maxey's going to be leading the team again. It's going to be a repeat of last year.
They got rid of B-Ball Paul, which is a hard loss because the city loved B-Ball Paul and he was a good backup.
Paul Reed.
Yeah.
Paul Reed was a great role.
Oh yeah.
And then you're also forgetting about Philly's biggest acquisition, the TikTok star himself, Jared McCain.
God.
Who is going to hoop But it's going to be hard to watch him hoop when he's
Okay.
doing the TikToks after the game.
Quick question. When he's hooping, is he going to have painted fingernails?
Oh, 100%.
You really think they're going to let him do that in the locker room? Especially with Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, like Kelly Oubre, all those guys.
Oh, Kelly's going to be painting his nails.
Are they going to be jerking each other off?
Oh, I think him and Kelly, or I don't know if Kelly will be very reciprocal of it, but I think McCain's going to be having a little crush on Kelly Oubre.
Kelly, the little green-eyed Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
They're gonna be banging in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
You don't want to be in the showers at the same time as them.
No. Well, I wouldn't want to be in the showers with Joel Embiid or Paul George either, because they might bend down and grab the soap, and then next thing you know, they're laying on top of you because their knee went out. You know.
That's true. And their dick's probably as big as your arm.
It's gonna be quite a dynamic in that locker room.
Oh, I cannot wait to game 40 and there's an implosion in that locker room.
Bro,
Nick Nurse has his hands full.
I was about to say Nick Nurse isn't gonna be able to. He's not gonna be able to handle that.
He's a good coach.
The only reason why he could handle the Lakers when he did was because LeBron James coached it. Right? Wait, what?
No, he didn't coach the Lakers.
I thought he
Yeah,
was.
no.
Who's
He was
the
Raptors.
20?
It was the Raptors.
I was very confused.
Who am I thinking of in the 2020 Lakers?
Vogel.
Vogel.
Frank
Okay.
Vogel.
All right, never mind. Yeah. All right, I messed that one up.
We were so confused.
I get these coaches.
I will say the Lakers.
But he's not elite coach. That's why you didn't remember.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
and the Lakers have also had 6 coaches in 8 years.
The
That's
NBA
true.
coaching carousel is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking
You
seen.
forgot about JJ, by the way.
No, I'm getting to JJ.
Okay.
You want to get actually? You want to go ahead and get to the coaches? All right, let's get.
Well,
to the coaches.
I just remember on your notes earlier you didn't have JJ.
No. I had him. All right. Actually, first thing I want to say, though, if you're an NBA player, what would be the worst time of the year to retire?
NBA free agency.
NBA free agency, right?
Right.
When you can get signed.
When you can get
When when there's news coming out left and right of players getting signed, your fan bases are all excited about this player, that player.
Okay, I love Kemba Walker. He was amazing
Cardiac Kimbo was so much fun to watch.
Dude,
Yeah, Kemba.
He even back in his UConn days when they won the national championship.
He was electric.
2011 or 2009? It was 2000.
I think it was 2011.
Oh,
I think you had
it
it.
was
11.
I think you had it correct the
It
first
was
time.
11. Dude. Oh yeah, Cardiac Kimba. He was unreal. So much fun to watch. Why, dude? Just wait one more month to retire, to announce that you're retiring.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. Like training camps would be a good time.
Training camps always
Derrick
a good
Rose
time.
did it too.
Yeah. Why? I don't understand why you like. Literally, the only reason I saw that he retired was because I happened to be on Twitter the second Woj.
Yeah, it got buried within 5 minutes.
Yeah, the second Woj posted it, and then literally 10 minutes later, all I saw was free agency things.
What pick was he? Was he 5?
Kemba Walker?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You had him pulled up.
I think he was close. No, I had I was actually looking up UConn national championship, but yeah, let me see when Kemba Walker.
5 in
It was-
2012.
It was 11.
Give me a second.
Who won it? I thought they
Pick 9.
9. I thought didn't UConn win in 09 too?
I mean, they've won a lot.
No, they won 04, 11, and 14.
14 was Shabazz Napier. That's
Yep.
right.
And then back to back.
And then back to back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Dan Hurley, the real MVP.
But Kimba on the Hornets was also really cool to watch. And then, I mean, I don't even remember what he did after the Hornets. I think it was the Celtics.
yeah, he just
And
kind of
then-
hopped around.
Yeah.
All right. Since we brought it up, let's go JJ Redick to the Lakers.
I feel bad for JJ.
I feel bad for JJ too. All right, let's see his coaching resume. His coaching experience is volunteering at a fourth graders tournament or something.
Oh, yeah, it was like elementary, middle school.
Yeah,
first.
elementary,
Yep.
middle school, something like that. And then he moved on from that to
The Lakers.
the Lakers.
Yeah.
And in between
Basically.
that, the podcast with LeBron.
Oh yeah, like LeBron had that was the funniest thing when LeBron pretended that like they
that they didn't talk about the hiring, and he had no voice in hiring JJ.
when they had a 42-day interview, or like it was a 4-month interview. That's what it was. They did the podcast for 4 months. That was a 4-month interview. All they did was talk about like all that was doing was LeBron James like, hey, can I play with you? Like basically, like can I like manipulate you? Are you gonna let me do what I want to do on the court? That's
Basically,
that's all that was.
and now you're adding in his son,
Yeah. Oh God.
which by the way is the first ever 55th pick to get a guaranteed contract. I wonder how that happened.
Not to mention $4.4 million
A year.
guaranteed.
He's getting paid more than our center that we drafted with the 21st pick.
Yeah. And he's gonna play in the G League the whole time. Like
No, he is not.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's gonna ride the bench. But once LeBron James retires in 2 years, he will ride the bench,
Oh yeah,
or he'll play in the G League.
yeah. But I don't get JJ's thinking with this either. Like, when you're a young and upcoming coach, dude, I feel like it's suicide to go to, first off, the Lakers, second off, a LeBron team, third off, a LeBron's Laker team. Like, that's just coaching suicide right there. Like, dude, if I'm him, I would have gone to the Pistons.
And here's the thing, he's seen it the last 6 years. Like,
You got Vogel, you got Luke Walton. Luke Walton literally committed coaching suicide too.
Yep. He committed. He literally, it looks like he's just following in Luke Walton's footsteps right now. That's literally what's going to happen.
And then all the Lakers fans are like, "Yeah, we got the next Kerr. We got the next Kerr." We can't be Kerr if he's LeBron's best friend coaching the team. Like it's just not going to work. You're not going to see a true JJ Redick coach. It's going to be Coach LeBron and Coach Redick.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we never saw the true Eric Spoelstra until LeBron James left. You know,
Fair.
like I mean, he had a stacked roster at first. I
Was
mean,
No, Pat Riley was coaching in 06 with Shaq.
Yeah, Pat Riley was that coach.
Shaq and
But Eric Spoelstra took over at the end of that tenure.
I think he took over like 09 or 08.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But yeah, I honestly I think it's just LeBron James is the kryptonite here. Like he just can't. He can't allow a coach to do whatever he wants. He's going to have his influence on that, and you can't run an entire philosophy when you are it's half split.
And JJ Redick's going to want to run his own thing.
Yeah, he's probably going to want to run it like Coach K.
Yeah, he's a
My
hard-headed
guess.
motherfucker too.
Yeah,
And he's a really smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's gonna use Dalton Connect so well if LeBron allows him.
If LeBron allows.
if LeBron allows it.
Yeah.
And granted, LeBron is a really, really smart NBA player. He could definitely be a coach, but it's hard to be a coach when you're the player.
Yes.
You know.
Agreed. I do. Okay, I will say this. I'm a LeBron hater.
I am
think
as well.
Joe and I are both Jordan over LeBron guys through and through. It will be kind of cool to see like Bronny throw up an alley-oop to his dad.
Oh, 100%.
I'm kind of looking forward to that. Like when Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. hit back-to-back home runs. That was cool as fuck.
But it's gonna be hard watching it be forced.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Look. We're not saying that we're not fans of seeing the father-son duo. Like nobody's saying that.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
That is spectacular. Just it's a testament to LeBron James' longevity in the NBA. But don't tell me that Bronny is the next LeBron James. We know that's not the case.
Are people saying that?
I mean, it feels like the media is, imposing that position on
Well,
us.
I just wish they would admit that's nepotism. It's fine that it is nepotism. It's 100% fine.
It is 100%.
Exactly.
And it's fine. I mean, you see coaches. It happened with Luke Walton. I was a nepotism hire.
Yeah.
But just admit it. Just admit it and accept it, and the world will accept it too. But don't say, "Oh, it's because he's that good." No, he is not that good.
sorry.
R.I.P. and peace, Bill Walton.
By the way. All right, let's go. JB Bickerstaff to Pistons. We talked about it a little bit. I think it's a great hire. The Pistons are a shit organization.
They're a shit team right now, but they're very young, so they got promise.
Yeah. I thought it was great that he got the job. He got back on his feet again. I just hate that it's for the Pistons.
Yeah.
Pistons is kind of Yeah, no.
No,
Not that-
Detroit loves the Pistons. Okay, so
Yeah.
they just need somebody to turn around.
I think it is really hilarious that Monty Williams got fired. They instantly hire Monty Williams. JB Bickerstaff gets fired. They instantly hire JB Bickerstaff. Like, man, take a gamble. Why not take a gamble and try to get a new coach? Why are you going for the guys that just got fired? Because they clearly got fired for a reason.
Right.
Or better yet, like keep your coach for a little bit longer than a year.
And also that roster construction is terrible as well.
Oh, it's terrible.
You have 0 shooters next to one of the best playmakers.
Yeah.
Kenny Atkinson to Cleveland.
Love Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
Big Kenny Atkinson guy.
Huge upgrade.
When he-
Like in that was literally after we just got through saying JB Bickerstaff is a good coach. I think it's an upgrade. I think it's because I don't think JB Bickerstaff could get Cleveland over that hump. I think Kenny Atkinson can be the guy to get them over the hump.
Oh, I was pushing for the Pels to bring on Kenny Atkinson when we got fired from that Nets team. Dude, I love Kenny Atkinson. I think he's a great coach.
All right, let's see. Let's get back to where we were at. Let's see. We went off on a tangent. Let's see. Let's do Franz Wagner, 5-year, $224 million max rookie contract. That was awesome with the Magic. I love it. It could be as much as $269 million.
I heard a lot of Magic fans weren't too happy about it. 'Cause
Why?
He had a rough season, apparently. Shooting splits weren't very well.
I think it's just a little overpay. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a good player, but I think it's a little overpay, in my opinion.
I agree, but it's one of those things that you just have to pay.
I love Franz Wagner, man.
But look, he's literally like $1 million below Giannis per year, and he's paid above Zion. I don't see him in that category.
he's not.
But you also got to look when they got paid because,
Yes.
look
that's
at
true.
how much the contracts are rising.
Very true.
And like the salary cap has gone up twice in the last 4 years or something like
And
that.
it's gonna keep
And it's
going
going to
up.
keep going up. So
That is true.
That had like, I do love what you did there, Joe, because that's classic clickbait.
I know.
You're very good.
That's the stuff that I'll see on Twitter that will piss me off, dude.
but it'll get people to click on it.
Oh,
and you're just
100%.
like, are you kidding me? Franz Wagner is getting paid $1 million less than Giannis. Everyone would rather Giannis than Franz, but I'm not. But Franz is an integral part of that team. Him and Paolo Banchero are perfect together. I think they're very good, and
I didn't.
Jamal Mosley
Jamal Mosley's a great coach.
Yeah, then they extended him for 4 years. So like let's go. Let's get it going.
And Suggs is awesome. I love Jalen Suggs.
Yeah.
While we're on Magic, though, you all think Wendell Carter gets traded? Because they just signed Mo Wagner and then what was their other center? Gogo Bataza. And Jonathan Isaac. So their center room is pretty full. It doesn't seem like they're a big fan of Wendell Carter.
I like Wendell Carter.
I just don't know where he would get traded, what his value is, but I feel like you got to trade him.
How much longer does he have on his contract?
I want to say 2 years. It's like 2 years, 26
I mean,
mil,
you can just let him chill.
What team's looking for a center right now?
the Pelicans.
That's where you're going with that.
I tossed a soft pitch. He swung for the home run.
At the beginning of the offseason, I would it was definitely realistic, and at this point, we're not getting him. We would have to give up a BI. We don't have enough money to bring him in.
Speaking of centers, Joe Ingles, 1 year, $3.3 million deal to the Wolves. I wouldn't have minded having Joe
What do
Ingles.
you mean, speaking of centers, and then bring up Joe Ingles?
Isn't he a center?
He's a small forward.
He's like a small forward.
I thought he was.
But
a
did you
center.
mean the Minnesota Jazz
Yeah. Did you see
with
that?
Mike Conley,
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert, and now Joe Ingles?
Yeah.
It's like they're just like you said, like the teams just switch players back and forth.
That's what it all basically is. Like we talked about earlier, the Clippers and the 76ers. They just.
And then I was showing you earlier with the 76ers and the Rockets.
Yeah. All they do is swap players.
Yeah.
It's great. Let's see. LeBron James returns to the Lakers. We kind of talked about it. 2 year, $104 million max deal.
Man, thank God he took that pay cut to really bring in some new free agents, huh? What a selfish guy.
What a guy.
Yeah, what a selfish guy. Really taking that pay cut to bring in some players.
Give it up for LeBron James. Just a selfless man.
Dude, I can't believe ESPN was slobbing on that. That's
No.
ridiculous.
And it includes a player option and a no trade clause, which LeBron James joined. It's
2 players in the NBA right now have no trade clauses. One of them is LeBron James. Can you guess who the other is?
Oh shit! I saw this. I think it was Gary Harris.
No.
I thought Gary Harris was got
Gary
no
Harris,
trade.
Gary Harris isn't big enough.
It's not James Harden, is it?
Nope. It's actually somebody that you wouldn't think of. It's not going to be your Paul George or your James Hardens or Kevin
Not
Durant.
not
or
the
Kevin
guys that
Durant's.
like bring up a lot of drama.
What-
Yeah.
Is it Donovan Mitchell?
No.
I was going to say I remember hearing about this guy and
I remember
getting
it
a no
being
trade,
obscure.
and it was like weird. You
Yeah,
know?
it's like a-
It's not
name.
somebody you would ever think of. It's weird. His name starts with his first name starts with a B.
Is it? It's not Ingram.
No.
His first name or last name?
Both.
BB. Bogdan Bogdanovich.
But it's Boban. But
No, there's two. There's Bogdan, and there's
there's Boban.
Bojan.
Bojan. That's it. Yeah. No, it's neither one of them.
BB.
BB. His last name rhymes with seal.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it was
'cause
Bradley
that was
Beal.
a huge deal for him going to the Suns.
Isn't that weird?
Dude,
it's
his
weird.
contract is horrendous.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
And you knew it when the Wizards signed him that it was going to be horrendous, but they had to.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones that you had to, or you were losing him for nothing.
Yep. Exactly.
So yeah, I thought that was fun.
I really thought someone that just signed
But
this
didn't he
year-
have that no trade? That was the same contract that he signed whenever he was at the Wizards.
Yeah, that was
So whenever they did the trade, it
his
just
big super max.
got it,
Right.
yeah. But I do remember that. I was like, no trade clause.
They also have a
What's called a trade kicker. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's like you get like an extra 15% onto your contract
If you get traded,
and
yeah.
you could choose to waive it. BI has one.
Yeah.
yeah. That I learned what that was the other week too. All right, let's get to Klay Thompson. 3-year, $50 million with player option, sign and trade. Mavs sends 2 round picks to the Warriors.
That was a part of that crazy 16 sign and trade.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. This is gonna rejuvenate Klay. I think he was starting to get down, and like everyone in San Francisco was down on him. It's
It's a great contract. For like a great value for the Mavs.
I love it for the Mavs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect. It adds some shooting. I know he didn't play very well in the last couple of months in Golden State. He went 0 for 10 one game.
He
0 for
lost.
10
I
on
mean,
the
you got to think
elimination
he came
game.
off of 3 years of injuries. Didn't have a whole lot of confidence. You know.
Well, Joe, what was that?
It was still 0 for 10 in the elimination game
Yeah,
in the
0 for
playoffs
10
this year.
Yeah.
exactly. So
When the game was on the line.
yeah,
It's tough. It's tough. But I do love it. I think it, like I said, sometimes a new team rejuvenates guys. It brings out a different. I don't know what it does, but it's maybe like a different space or something. You know how like when people get addicted to drugs and they're trying to get off of them, they send them off to somewhere different. Somewhere where they're not familiar with shit.
Yeah, I guess this analogy works.
Maybe that'll help Klay. But I do like the addition to Dallas.
And I remember telling you this when it happened. Is like if they get 80% of what Klay used to be, oh my God, that's incredible for them. I know his defense isn't there anymore because that was a huge deal. His defense was great.
Right.
His defense clearly isn't there. But if you get old shooting Klay where he's confident and he'll shoot 13 threes in a quarter again,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love it.
that's gonna be
That
great.
would be
Next to 2 of the greatest playmakers in the game. Right
That was
now.
it. He was Mr. Third Quarter, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, third quarter he would go 4 for 4 in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a tease. I think he's going to be a big.
Joe.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a big tease.
I agree.
I think look. I mean, what y'all said can definitely.
That's
happen.
what I'm
That was
It-
what I said. Y'all
Yes.
two are in agreement.
Yeah, y'all can definitely.
Because I said it was a big. If you get 80% of what he used to be, that's an awesome pickup. Are you? Chances are low.
Yeah, exactly. I just think we're going to think that what Josh said as far as new environment and just maybe getting his confidence back again is going to happen because it could happen. It could.
That was my.
But that's the whole point of a tease.
Yeah.
Like, it could happen. Like, she could take off her clothes, but she probably won't, Like, that's the whole definition of a tease.
Yeah, you're right. They make you think.
Yeah.
What they want you to think.
Yeah.
And then they go do something else.
Yeah, and then you're stuck with blue balls.
Man, that's the worst.
So Klay Thompson's going to be blue balls.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
They do wear blue
Exactly.
in Dallas, so, okay.
But, I mean, it is a great name to bring in. I mean, it's not like the Mavs ever lack fans, but that's a good thing to, like, rejuvenate your fans, give your fans confidence that you're pushing to get this championship.
Oh, I'm still rooting for him. Don't get me wrong. But if I'm betting money, I'm betting 0 for 10 Klay.
0 for 10? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. All right, let's see. I got a couple other things. We've been talking for about an hour now, actually. Isaiah Hartenstein to the Thunder, 3-year, $87 million. A team that was already stupid scary. The best team in the league. The best team in, I guess, the West.
Yeah.
Just got better.
Yeah. The 1 seed in the West, at least.
Right.
I like it.
You said the 1 seed in the West.
I won't say they're the best team. I mean, when you have Jokic and the Nuggets, it's
but like
they're always out
whenever
there.
you win the most games in the West, that's usually how you determine who's the best
Screw
in
the
the
regular
West.
season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. But yeah, I love this move. I hate it for the Knicks. It sucked. I think they have to figure something else out.
Mitch Rob is awesome.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson will be back.
But Mitchell Robinson was also hurt.
That's what you got to worry about. Is his
That's
injury.
what you gotta
But
worry
if he's
about.
healthy, he's great.
He's
great.
really, really good.
Unbelievable. I understand that.
Uh,
Even Julius Randle, the New York still hates Julius Randle. Like even after this year, like they still hate Julius Randle.
The Knicks love Julius Randle.
No, they don't.
Oh, all the Knicks
Knicks
Twitter
fans?
that I see, they love him.
No,
They're
Knicks
like
fans
everyone
hate
disrespects this All-Star last year. Everyone's talked about how bad he is. Well, yeah, he's a black hole on offense.
The Knicks fans hate Julius Randle. I guarantee
We're gonna have to take a poll.
we're gonna have to take a
poll.
We're going to have to take a poll. Speaking of the Knicks, they signed OG Anunoby, 5-year, $212.5 million contract to stay in New York. This includes player option and that trade kicker that we were talking about. Perfect. Love it.
Wait, which one was this? OG
OG
or
Anunoby.
Mikal?
OG Anunoby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, well, we can talk about that too. They signed Villanova.
Yeah, they finally finished their Villanova rings, and I never thought it would happen.
So Tom Thibodeau needs to step down and Jay Wright has to coach this team, right?
Has to.
Right?
Definitely.
I mean, come on. What are we doing here if he's not the one coaching the team?
Everyone keeps talking about how the Knicks need a backup center. Yeah, I showed it to you. Everyone was talking about the center that was on that Nova team, and for some reason there was a height error recorded like on the website, and what was he? It was 61 feet tall.
61
feet tall. Everyone's like, yeah, 61 foot tall backup from Villanova would complete these guys, huh?
Yeah. That would be perfect.
Yeah, especially because they lost Hartenstein.
But yeah, Mikal and
Mikal,
OG next to each other, dude.
They traded him for Bogdanovich and 4 unprotected first-round picks, a protected first-round pick via the Bucks, and an unprotected pick swap, and a second-rounder.
None of that shit makes any sense to me, nor does it matter to me, because all that is just trade. That's just trade bait for them. That's it. I'd like.
I am glad the Nets did it. The Nets needed to rebuild. I don't know what they were thinking by saying, "Oh, we're going to get a superstar to play next to Mikal Bridges." Mikal Bridges isn't bringing a superstar.
No.
His name's not big enough.
Them having the season that they did this year was probably the best thing that could have happened to them.
So how long before Tom Thibodeau runs that team to injury?
I have been seeing a lot. Like, you know how Mikal Bridges is the Iron Man? He hasn't missed a game since high school.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of like people like I think FanDuel has a bet. Will he miss a game this season? Like, everyone's wondering, will Tom Thibodeau be the final villain that breaks the streak? You know, like your final boss battle. Tom Thibodeau, 48 minutes a game every night. Can you do it? Josh Hart did it.
He is the final boss.
Yeah.
He is the final boss. All right, let's see real quick. Scotty Barnes, 5-year. I guess it's worth up to $270 million max rookie deal.
Yeah, they had to do it. Right?
It's one of those contracts you just gotta get.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do. All right, last one I want to talk about is CP3 to the Spurs for 1 year, $11 million.
So he's given up on a championship, right?
Yeah, we talked about this. Unless he plans on staying around the Spurs for another 3 or 4 years, because dude, they are going to be so good.
So good, but they're not going to be good next year. Like they're going to be better. They're going to be better than they were last year, right, Joe?
Yeah, I feel like it's that sneaky bet where somebody thinks they're so smart. They're like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this bet because it's going like nobody's calling it. Like I think it's just gonna come out of nowhere." But he's like a half a year too early. On it.
He's just too early.
He's just a little too early.
Like that Celtics fan who got the 2023 championship tattoo and had to get it 4 written over it.
Yep. Just a little too early.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah,
I saw that one.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have won it last year, though. The Nuggets were fucking nasty.
Yeah, no, Nuggets were
nobody was beating the Nuggets. But didn't Miami beat them?
Yeah, Miami beat
them
them
in the
early.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, because we were calling for Missoula's head.
Right, yeah.
and also love Joe Mazzulla.
Joe Mazzulla is
Great person, great coach.
Totally redeemed himself.
Joe Mazzulla is the man. He loves the movie The Town, apparently.
The Town?
Yeah, you ever seen
Oh,
The
that
Town?
Boston heist movie?
Yeah.
So he's fully embedded.
Oh,
into
yeah,
Boston.
he loves Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he's not calling it Boston anymore. He's calling it Boston.
Boston. Yep.
I mean, he's a WVU guy, so I guess he's around the area, but, no, he's all in on Boston. But, yeah, I think Chris Paul kind of,
Yeah, Chris Paul gave up on his
He
ring. He's accepting he's retiring CP0, which I hate. Love Chris Paul. Big Chris Paul guy. Hate that he didn't get the ring, but he's not getting one.
no.
But great for the Spurs.
Great unbelievable that was like one of the best things they could do. They get a guy who's been in the league for
Probably one of the best playmakers of all time.
he had some of the best passing and court vision. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
And he was a great dribbler. Yeah, all right, yeah. New Orleans just kind of wasted him.
Well, especially for his height, but his height. Like he was definitely hanging around. Like he could just see the court like nobody else could. And you just don't see players that his size stay around in the league that long.
No, absolutely not.
Who would you say wasted him?
New Orleans.
Oh, who would have guessed, huh?
Who was was our coach Monty Williams?
It was.
Yep, that was Monty Williams with David West and Tyson Chandler, and we couldn't get a small forward for a good 15 years.
Yeah.
So he robbed us too. Monty Williams robbed the Pelicans as well.
Yeah.
Or at least the Hornets back then.
But we also had Peja on that team too, and Peja was awesome.
Peja Stokovic, one of the best 3-point shooters of all time. I'd say top 3, top 4.
Yeah, I mean it was a good team. It was a great team. We never did the final move to get us over the hump. We were a second round and kept losing to the Lakers and the Spurs.
We needed a small forward. What if we had BI on that team? That would have been nasty.
I could talk about Pelicans all fucking day, though.
Yeah.
But
I love it for the Spurs. Pop's going to love them. Vic's going to love them.
I think Pop and him have a good relationship anyways.
Yeah, I mean, they've played on the Team USA so many times, All-Star games.
Yeah.
I mean.
That was good. I think the only thing I had that we didn't talk about... No, we taled about Donovan Mitchell, 3-year, $150.3 million
We did not.
max deal. No, we didn't?
No.
Well, we mentioned him. 3-year, $150.3 million max deal, which includes a player option for 2027-2028 season. The Cleveland Cavaliers had to do that.
No, that was a huge win for Cleveland Cavaliers. To keep
that was
them.
good. That was good.
I'm curious because, I mean, I don't know if y'all remember the beginning of the offseason. It was basically everyone saying you got to decide if you re-sign Donovan. Apparently Garland's going to ask out. Well, Garland hasn't asked out, so I don't know if those rumors were made up or if Donovan or the Cavs sat down with Garland and said, we want you to stay. Maybe they worked it out internally, or maybe it was all false rumors, or maybe it's still in the works.
Dude, I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers have something building. I think they need to stay the way they are and then add a piece, or maybe let Spida do his thing and develop. I think it's kind of like the Timberwolves. I think they're good. They just maybe Anthony Edwards just needs a year or two.
I think it's just one of those things where once you have that team, it just comes down to matchup and luck. Who you're going to get matched up with the playoffs, and are you going to get lucky?
That's fair.
Because in the playoffs, luck is a huge deal. Health is a huge deal.
Right.
And matchup is a huge deal.
You could be the 76ers last year and definitely not be, what were they, the 6th seed? They were not the 6th seed.
Oh, yeah.
They were way better than the 6th seed. They should have been the 3 seed.
Look at the Western Conference this year. If Timberwolves didn't line up with the Nuggets, I think Nuggets would have.
Timberwolves didn't line up with the Nuggets.
But it was. I think it was like the Thunder, Nuggets, and like T-Wolves. Like it was like basically in Mavs. It was those four, and it was like if you switch some of those matches around, then the outcome is very different.
Oh, I think if the T-Wolves played the Mavs, it would be. Well, no, they did play the Mavs. I'm sorry. If the Nuggets would have played the Mavs, that would have been a different story.
Yeah, I think Nuggets would have won.
Nuggets would have won. Yeah,
but they got beat by the Timberwolves, who were matched up perfect to beat a team like that.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what like the Knicks kind of
Also-
figured out is like the Knicks did all those trades because they're like, all right, well, we're gonna have to beat the Celtics.
I said this last year, and this will be the last thing before we wrap up. I said this last year. I think the Thunder are missing one piece, and I think they got it with Hartenstein. I really do.
And also for the Thunder, it was awesome that they re-signed all their young guys too. Aaron Wiggins, Case and Wallace, all those young guys just got re-signed.
Isaiah
really
Joe.
Good,
Yeah.
all got re-signed a really good contract. So they're gonna be around for a while.
I'm excited for next year, man. I think I like the way Joe and I have been talking about this the whole season. We like the direction the NBA is going. It's kind of moving away from the super teams, kind of into these homegrown type of teams. Like they kind of build it themselves.
CBA
they
affected that a lot.
Yeah. The draft is more important now. You see these teams that are using players that like they maybe they have one or two trades or free agent signings, but most of them are from the draft, and they pick their own guys.
You build a really good homegrown team, and then you make that home run move.
Yes.
And that's basically the key right there.
Love it.
I do got to ask y'all one thing before we wrap it is who misses playoffs in the West? Because you got to think you've had all these teams this year that basically got better. Then you're adding in Memphis, who just got healthy and got Zach Edey. Spurs are only going to get better. You got Rockets only getting better. Like who's going to miss it this year?
Who's gonna miss? Who's gonna miss like the play-in game?
No, I mean, dude, you literally have 13 play into playoff teams in the West.
13.
Yeah,
So,
I can
so
see making it.
you're saying like 13. Who will not be those 13 teams?
Yeah.
So the number 10 team from the West last year,
Golden State.
Golden State. Did they get better?
I think they might miss it.
They might miss it. Even though I love Steph Curry, I don't think the team overall got better.
They got Buddy, Kyle Anderson, and it was a backup point guard. It doesn't move me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I think the Lakers have a great chance of missing it.
I agree. You got Trailblazers and Jazz. Clearly are missing it.
And I think San Antonio's missing it too.
You don't think San Antonio makes a good enough jump to try to get that 10 seed?
They might, but I don't think so. But so Trailblazers and Jazz definitely out. Memphis, if they stay healthy, could possibly make a run.
I think Memphis makes it. I think Lakers miss it. I do.
Dude, I think the Clippers make a drop.
Clippers are a possibility. What about the Suns? I could see the Suns.
As long as Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are on that team, they're gonna be in.
And I hate to say it, Pelicans. They're
No, we're not gonna miss the playoffs.
What are you talking about?
We got better. We got better.
well, that's just Pelicans fandom destroying me
I know.
from the
I know.
inside.
Well, and I do this every year, especially with the Saints too. No, I think Houston's gonna miss it too. It'll be close to the same. I think Golden State's gonna be one of those, and I think the Lakers.
Also, what about the Mavs? I mean, I know the Mavs made it to the championship game, but
They're making the playoffs.
they're going to make the playoffs?
They're gonna make the
They got
playoffs.
Klay Thompson.
Oh, gee Willie, that's a big one.
I know.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, I would pay a great deal of money for the Pelicans to move to the Eastern Conference and get out the West, because the West is just a
West
curse
is
right
a
now.
gauntlet right
Well,
now.
we need to get a team in Seattle. We need to get the Seattle Sonics back, and then we need to get a team in
The
Vegas,
Vegas.
and then send the Pelicans to the East.
Well, the problem is I think it would be the Timberwolves that got moved before the Pelicans.
Well, no, they got to move 2 teams, right?
No, only one.
If you
it would
add
be
2
six-
teams.
If you add-
two, it's 6
Yeah,
teams.
that's true. That's
And
true.
then so it would come down to us.
No, but if you add 2
Memphis
teams,
and Minnesota.
if you add 2 teams, then you got to move if you add 2 teams to the West, you got to move 2 teams
No,
to the
you gotta
right.
move 1.
No, you got to move 2.
You gotta
Okay,
move
hear
to-
me
that's
out.
that's how
Hear me
that's
out.
how math
is
works.
moving.
So you got 15. Look, listen. I can't believe I'm about to outsmart
No,
y'all.
this is gonna be the last thing we talk about. Then we gotta go.
So 15 and 15. Okay,
Yeah, it's
you
gonna-
add 2, so that's 17 and
Yeah,
15.
you gotta do
You
one.
move 1.
One,
That's
okay.
16 and 16.
I was staying hopeful,
Yeah.
being a
Whatever, dude.
Pelicans fan.
Yeah, look, hey, words are hard, math is harder. It's a
No.
fact.
All right. Y'all got
Uh,
anything else?
That's it on my end.
All right. Well, Deuce, this was good. We got to do this again. Jesus, this was
Happily.
fun as fuck.
I'm a guy. All I want to do is talk sports and
Yeah.
our occasional sex
Dude.
comments.
Yeah, just sex and sports, right?
That's the life.
All right.
That's the dream.
Guys just want to give their opinion.
Do you know
In
anything
sports.
about football?
Yes.
Okay, because I know you know a lot about basketball.
Yeah, I got NFL. Pretty secured.
What about college football? We'll do an NFL segment with Deuce.
College. I mean, I'm not fluent
Actually,
in.
dude, we might even bring him back for more NBA news. Like, cause we could do an NBA preview. We could do
Yeah, I mean,
recap.
we got
'cause there's still
NBA
more.
opening week we can talk about, or when the trade deadline comes around.
Yeah, exactly. We got a bunch of things. So
Yeah, I'm just your Adrian Wojnarowski.
yeah, Deuce, you're our 22-year-old Adrian Wojnarowski. Thanks for coming on, man. For the listeners, I think Joe and I we're gonna take a break. Right, we're gonna take a couple week break, and then we're gonna have a couple other guests on for our fantasy football preview.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go into detail on who you should draft, and I'll tell you who you should not draft via who I'm gonna draft. So
Nice.
that's to look forward to. Anything else, Joe?
That's it.
All right, love you.
Later.